When Jada Toys announced their brand new Mega Man line, I was hyped. Which as a collector is kind of annoying because I love Mega Man, I've been a Mega Man fan for years, and I didn't have a single figure. But here comes Jada Toys. Let's just ignore the Kotobukiya kits and the Sentinel old action figures because I wasn't into action figure collecting and I didn't know those existed at the time. But ignoring all that, here comes Jada Toys with their brand new $20 figure line for Mega Man. And it came with 2 Robot Masters. This is essentially a dream come true. But with a promising first wave, let's see how their second wave stacks up. And here we have it, Wave 2. When I saw these figures were announced, I was hyped. Cutman is one of my favorite Mega Man Robot Masters, and I like Elec Man. But I'm gonna talk about him first because he's my least favorite of the 3. Not due to any, actual problems with the figure, though, can't really move his arm forward because even though it's this material for his little overlay thing is flexible, the joint itself isn't really strong enough to push it. However, my main problem is with the head. It feels a little too westerny and doesn't fit the art style as much as I would have liked. However, it still looks really good. His alternate head is full of personality, and oh my goodness, it's still a bajillion times better than whatever the original Mega Man Western box art was, because that was horrendous. Also, he comes with an effect part, but, he's not really supposed to use his fists with it. You can do what you want. However, he comes with 2 alternate hands. A pointing finger and a thumbs up. Swapping it is super duper easy. All you gotta do is line it up and press in. I said it's easy and then I immediately fail. There we go, you just need a bit of force, and then you rip off his head and put his big ol' smile and chompers on there. Also, his neck has a little articulation. Oh, jeez. There we go. We got a pointing finger shooting electricity at whoever dare cross his path. The effect part is a little bit gummy feeling, but it always retains its shape, and it's not fragile, so it won't really droop unless you have any weight on it. And it gives you a thumbs up for victory, even though in the game he explodes into a million little white sphere pieces, but graphics. It might be hard to see it on camera, but he has a little bit of white sprayed around the yellow lightning bolt on his front, and I don't believe that shading is nope, there's also that same shading on the center right here, so it's a little difficult to see on my camera. Also, unfortunately, a little bit of paint chipping. And other than his upper section, he has the same body as the other 2 figures. The only real difference is that he has different arms. They have this extra little piece added on. It's, I'm not sure. Nope, that is a brand new mold. And then this overlay onto the same chest piece that is on the other 2 figures. It is reuse, and his lower legs are the same as Fireman's. Putting him back because I'll use Cutman for articulation later, let's go on to Green Mega Man. And this is in fact Green Mega Man. These figures are identical, only difference is the color and the different head and this guy's accessory. He came with a blaster, and Mega Man, but green, comes with a bomb. So the blue bomber is now the green bomber. And that bomb has its own stand, which you can remove it from. Stand's articulated, but it's just a Jada stand, typical. But the bomb itself is a very shiny black with this translucent, I think it's the same plastic type as the electricity piece, just in a lighter yellow plastic and a little bit ribbed to kind of give it that illusion that it's a piece of rope getting lit afire, which is really cool, and it's great to recreate Mega Man throwing the bomb because that's how he uses Hyper Bomb. Though there is one other difference. His eyes is a different shade of blue, and instead of having lighter colors underneath, it has a light blue and then a dark blue. Very interesting change. And despite the fact that he doesn't use his Buster Arm when he uses Hyper Bomb, he does come with an extra Buster Arm, which you can put in any arm. And yep, it's just the same as the normal Mega Man. But yes, that means you can yank off his arms and replace them. I think this line has a lot of potential for customizability. Here's his alternate head. And paint-wise, unlike the original Mega Man, there's actually gray painted in the little earmuff piece. Other than that, you have the lime on the white back here instead of the ever so slightly different shade of blue that was on the original Mega Man. And just because I can't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist, but I'm pretty sure that this Mega Man lacks the extra shading that was put on top of the original Mega Man figure. Alternate hand. Whee! And alternate outstretched hand for holding the bomb. So don't think you can get it past me, Jada. This is just reuse from Iceman. Very thoughtful, by the way, how much parts they are reusing, saving on costs. Hopefully, if they're reusing so much stuff, they can actually give us more figures in a more timely manner, because it kind of feels like they're rolling these out really slowly. Moving on to our final of the three, we have Cut Man, and this is my personal favorite of the wave. His entire body, except for his head, is reuse of Mega Man, 100% of it. However, I think they just glued this little backpack to the back just because that's what he has in his official artwork and in-game sprite, if I remember correctly. He comes with two heads, a normal face that's a little mad, and a smiling face that's pretty quirky. He also comes with the same cupped hand as Mega Man. However, his other alternate hand, while you might think is just another reuse of the Iceman handpiece, the thumb is actually slightly lower. So it's almost identical, but they changed the thumb, which is interesting but weird. And he has his cut blades. The cut blades open like this, close like this, and can be used with the included stand. You just put it right there and bam, you got this. Which in addition, there is also a Mega Man enemy that's essentially just the cut blade. So it's technically a 2-in-1 figure. Huh, funny. The back has this little, I'm pretty sure it's metal screw thing right here. It doesn't look painted to me. And then the other side, which has this little indentation to, kind of make it look like a screw, make it look more mechanical. Though unfortunately I have a little problem where it's kind of loose right around here. If you fully open it, it's fine, but just around there is a little loose. And that looks great. Cutman looks super accurate to his actual artwork and design, which I really like. Though unfortunately there's a little bit of a paint mishap on his left ear ring thing. And swapping over his head, you also swap over his cut blade. I wish he came with an extra blade, but you know what? It works fine to only have this one. Besides, Elec Man didn't even come with a stand, so you know what? It feels like they've kind of cheaped out on this wave a little bit compared to the previous one, but it doesn't really matter, it's still really cool. And the reason they gave us the modified hand is that so he could hold his cutter blade. Quick word of warning though, I accidentally got paint chipping on it. You can see the paint chip right there. And it was on the hand for a second, but it fell off. Yeah, you can accidentally chip the blade on the hand if you have him hold it. So I do recommend to not have him hold it, not repeat my mistakes, and just use the normal stand because, well, even though he's only $20, it's kind of noticeable, it's kind of starting to bug me. Moving on to articulation. Starting off, you have a ball joint at the head, down that far, side, all around, 360, rip it off, you know what you mean. And then it does a slight forward, slight back. It's still a little floppy, just like the original Mega Man bobbleheads. So I think that is a QC issue that they do gotta deal with. However, moving away from the neck and to the arms, they go up that far, side, bend that much, a little over 90, and, swivel at the elbow. Same on the other arm, swivel at the elbow. And then we have, obviously, this can go full 360, bend. So, this is as far as you can crunch, which is a little disappointing, but you can also crunch back that far, which is really good, but why can't we crunch forward further? This is just a ball joint in there. Same with the legs, and also go side to side. Yes, so this part is a ball joint, and then this part down here is also a ball joint. and ball joint at the hips, which gives a really nice leg spread. You can learn something, Marvel Legends. And then just basically a 90-degree bend at the leg, and this also is on a swivel. However, let's get to the ankle, which you might think, limited ankle articulation. He can't really move up that far, but he can move down amazingly, and you think, okay, that's okay, pivot. No, this is the pivot. The pivot is actually insane. This is one of the biggest ankle rockers I think I have ever seen. It also just goes full 360, basically just because there's a ball joint, I believe, right here that then connects into that piece. It could probably just be a pin connection, but it's just crazy articulation. Also, every single hand can spin, move out, move off the hit. Yeah, it's just on a little rocker pivot thing. A little pin that's on a little thing. Is this a ratchet joint? I don't think so. I think it's just tension and friction. Alright, size comparison time. Here we have Fireman from Wave 1, Iceman, Wolverine, Jada Toys Guile, Marvel Legends' new red and blue suit Spider-Man, Jakks Pacific Sonic the Hedgehog from Sonic Movie 3, and SHF Gyu. Overall, for $20 or $20 to $22 for each figure, these are a must-have, especially if you are a Mega Man fan. I highly recommend these figures, and I am super excited for the next waves that are coming out, because what Jada is making, they be cooking. Like, seriously, that Proto Man looks so good. And so does Bubble Man, Wood Man. Oh gosh, I really hope we get a roll, even though they said we might not get a roll, but I really want a roll. Thank you all for watching, and now time for the poses. See you later. Please like and subscribe. Bye.